What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about something that needs to be said. We're diving into how some women out here are emasculating good men, and half the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. Yeah, you heard me right. Let's talk about it, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it.
Men judge men based off their woman. If a guy comes in and his woman is stunning and she looks beautiful and classy, all of a sudden, I'm like, what does that guy do? On the opposite end, if a woman is showcasing some level of disrespect to her man, I have less respect for that man.
We never forget to mention how awful men treat women nowadays, but how about women treating men like shit? We never talk about how men are used, abused, and treated poorly. There is a percentage of women nowadays that are just the worst. Nowadays, you give a woman a finger, she takes an entire hand. And before you decide on attacking me through these comments section, please just understand that I'm not talking about all women. Whatever you give her is never enough. And just like women, it's always the good men that get screwed over. 4 out of 5 women do not respect their man when he chooses to provide for her and care for her. 3 out of 5 women begin to lose respect for their man once he begins to do everything for her. Dear men, once you begin to feel your woman is losing interest, respect, or love towards you, that's when you start to back off.
When a man is disrespected, it takes him to, it takes him to a different realm. When a husband is not respected by his wife or a father by his children, it depletes him. It takes him to a whole different realm. That's why we have to be very, very careful as wives and as daughters to our dads that we encourage and we uplift our husbands and our dads, because that's what encourages them to be a better man.
Hey, baby, hell, look, you gonna have to get your shit and go. I already got your shit packed up. Look, I just came to pick you up as a courtesy.
What?
So I can hurry up and expedite this process and get you the fuck out.
Whoa. What the fuck is you talking about? Let's start with that. What the fuck is you mad about?
That dick you sucking in my damn house. That's what I'm talking about.
So you spying on me now? So basically,
So I'm spying on you. You the one that's fucking doing the bullshit, but I'm the one that's spying on you.
So basically, you don't trust me.
Trust you? I had a security system in my house for 10 years.
Okay,
Before you came in.
So why would you ask to be your wife if you never trusted from the beginning? You could have told me it was cameras in the house, Fred.
The fuck? Yo.
Fred, you dropping this bullshit ass bomb on me like I'm the motherfucking problem. You want the fucking trust issue.
I'm the one with the fucking trust issues?
Yes.
Oh what, boy, I don't even know what the fuck to do right now because you you tripping. You the one that's sucking the motherfucking dick. I'm the one, what? You fussing at me because you echo?
So therefore, you have trust issues.
Trust issues.
You was spying on me without me knowing.
I guess I do.
So basically,
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
One thing that I have noticed that women do to emasculate men is that they will belittle the things that men love. What I see is sometimes men will leave a situation. They might go watch football with their friends. They might go play video games. And the women get offended because he's not spending more time with them. And instead of trying to figure out as women how we can be more likable and pleasant to be around so they want to spend time with us, we think the solution is to nag and cry. There was a conservative commentator named Liz Wheeler. Now, Liz Wheeler talks about politics. And what happened with Liz Wheeler is she had a status that went viral. And it said, the least attractive hobbies for men according to women. Number 1, playing video games. Number 2, collecting figurines. 3, magic tricks, gambling, building model trains, comic book collecting, and bird watching. For the unattractiveness score, the number 1 is video game. Well, I view men playing video games as a way they can let out their inner child. I mean, the men enjoy them, right? And they talk to their friends. They're like, they all roast each other. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I have no desire to play myself. But this is an issue I see with women. They nag and drone on about the things that men find fun and somehow make them problematic even when they're not. I don't think I've ever met a guy that doesn't play video games, at least a little bit.
Bride says she wears pants in the relationship. That's 100% Jolie. Wow. One stare and that shoe just changed.
I don't know who this couple is, but my main question is, why is it okay for the woman to respond that way with such aggression? But if the man were to do that, everybody would cry misogyny and controlling and abusive. What's with the double standards, and what is the husband supposed to wear?
Women should never, ever, ever humiliate their man in public, because this is disrespectful. And if you disrespect him like that in front of his family, friends, co-workers, he will always remember that you put his pride in jeopardy. When you humiliate him like this in public, or tease him in public, or say something demeaning to him in public and other people can see it, it's other people lose respect for him, especially other men. Because if other men can see that that guy's wife doesn't even respect him, they're not going to respect him as much, and they're going to know that they can walk all over him. The only thing that we as women should do in public is verbally affirm our men and let everybody know how awesome they are. That is the only thing that we need to do. Never, ever, ever humiliate him in public.
Okay. What I find, men who forgive cheating, because it's so emasculating for them, they find it so emasculating, they start to resent themselves. They start to be angry because they don't have the strength to leave.
Interesting.
Usually what happens is they get so angry at themselves, they start thinking that they are less of a man. They start thinking, if their friends knew, what would they think? And what happens is they have all this anger and resentment, and it comes out in the form of abuse towards the woman or towards them. So it will turn into controlling behavior. It will turn into insults. It will turn into, could be physical. It's men don't know how to process emotions, so they process it physically.
Okay.
And so through anger is really the deep root of anger is probably some form of depression. So it does something to them that's not good for them. For women, we have so much social support when we've been cheated on. We can talk to a friend who's been through the same thing. We can talk to our mom. Whereas a man starts to think, I'm not a man if she's done this.
When a mother emasculates the father, okay? When a mother emasculates the father and there's children in the household and the children observe that and see that, that causes so much detriment to the children, and I'll tell you why. In a family, the mother plays the motherly feminine role, okay? And then in a family, the father plays the fatherly masculine role. I'm not saying that every father always shows up as a father or shows up as a masculine role. But when a mother intentionally and deliberately emasculates the father, the children always grow up to a degree feeling confused about their sexual orientation, about their gender role, about their place in the world. And I'm not talking about mothers that have a strong personality and have to play the father. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about mothers that literally deliberately emasculate the father through, putting them down, or, always trying to wear the pants in the relationship. Okay. When that happens, the children always grow up feeling confused about the gender roles within the family dynamic. And then it causes them to feel confused about their role in their life, especially when it comes to their sexual orientation or their gender.
Oh, you don't want to emasculate your man, make him feel less than you. Oh, you don't want to do that. Bitch, what? If a man already feels emasculated by me, then he's not the man for me. Why? Because men that feel emasculated, men that are insecure, men that feel like you're doing better than them are insecure as fuck anyway. Their insecurities alone are already going to ruin the relationship. So why the hell would I be with a man who's going to feel emasculated by me just existing? By me having accomplishments and goals and dreams. Newsflash, if a man ever feels emasculated or insecure by you, run. He's going to resent you and he's going to treat you like shit. Because why the hell is your bad bitch ass even with him anyway? Love you guys.
I don't give a fuck, Keisha.
My husband cannot satisfy me in the bedroom, and I do not know what to do. We've been married for about 5 months, and we got married around 3 months after, just knowing each other. And I know that's very quick, but I wanted to give the good guy a chance. I always pick the worst men, and it's never worked out for me. And he is such a good guy, but I'm going to be honest with you whenever I say the intimacy has never really been that great. But in every other aspect of our relationship, he is golden. He's perfect. Whenever I try to bring this up to him, he literally acts like I'm coming down on him. He gets so upset. If I try to give him any direction about doing something another way or trying it, moving over here, he just gets all in his head about it and says that I'm just demasculating him. He's really insecure about it, and I try to be nice and subtle when I talk about it, but he just gets mad every time. I'm gonna be honest, it's genuinely gotten to the point where I feel like I need like more than him. So I was talking to my girlfriends about this, and they suggested that I try like introducing something new to the bedroom. They had brought up that like they took spicy cubes with their partners and like how well it's been working for their relationship, that like it made them really open in the bedroom. Then they started introducing like toys and things, and like they just like were hyping this up. And honestly, I was so stoked for one to try it, but like it made me feel normal to find out that like other women were having this problem, that they weren't fully satisfied in the bedroom with their husbands. So I was really hoping that, you know, he would be like more open to taking direction once we like took the gummies. Like my friends were just really hyping this up, but I ordered them, and whenever they came in, I was so stoked to tell my husband about this, like to talk to him about introducing this into our intimate life. You know, his reaction was he freaked the out on me. Like, I didn't expect him to jump up and down for joy or anything, but like this reaction was far too much. Like, he has not spoke to me since yesterday because of this. He says that I am demasculating him. Started saying that I'm always embarrassing him, that I never make him feel like he's man enough. He's really upset with me for talking to my girlfriends about this. Genuinely don't know how I can communicate to him that I am not happy, and that like this is a big deal to me. This is a big deal in every relationship. He literally always gets mad at me anytime I try to bring it up, and now I'm seriously contemplating just like taking them behind his back. My friends acted like it was pretty intense and that it lasted for a while, but I think I can handle it. And honestly, this is like my last attempt to save my marriage, because although it feels like I'm like keeping something from him, like I don't know what else to do.
You see, there are a lot of good men out there. Loyal, hardworking, respectful, trying to build something real. But the problem is, some women have become so caught up in having a fairy tale relationship that their man can just never add up, and they expect perfection in every aspect. And you know what's crazy? These same women will later complain that there are no more real men. Well, guess what? You can't expect a man to lead if you're too busy cutting off his legs every time he tries to stand tall.
I emasculated my ex-husband 3 specific ways: control, criticism, and comparison. I was in control of everything. I controlled how the dishes went in. If he loaded the dishwasher and it wasn't good enough, the way he was going to lead our team, it wasn't good enough. The way he managed everything wasn't good enough. Nothing he did was ever good enough. And then I let him know out loud, like I criticized everything that he did and told him how it should have been done better. And perfection was the standard that I held for him. So nothing was ever good enough, because I was comparing me and him. And I had this self-righteous view of myself that I knew the way and my way was better. And nothing he ever did was enough. And eventually it created a man that was apathetic, that was resigned to not do anything. Why should he show up? If I'm going to redo it, or if I'm going to do it better, or if he's going to get criticized, why should he show up? And then that caused further division in our relationship, because he would say that he was going to do something and then just not. And it created this big void in respect. And where I got it wrong in the respect category was I was waiting for him to show up as perfect in order for me to begin to respect him. I didn't ever respect his effort. I didn't ever respect the progress. I didn't respect anything. And that caused major challenges. I was the reason why those major challenges. I'm not perfect, right? I wanted to believe so before. However, if I was waiting for him to be perfect in order to respect him, that was never going to happen. And so a big lesson that I learned was that I, as a wife, create life and death in my words. And I can create a space where my husband can grow into and step into and appreciate what he's doing and see the good that's happening, or I can see and focus on everything that's not happening and define him by the not happenings. See, I was blinded by those not happenings. All I could see was the not happenings, and I didn't see any of the goodness. And I created a divorce. I created just horribleness in our relationship because of criticism, control, and comparison.
Bruh, at this point in my life, I don't care how fine, how good you look, or whatever, bro. A nasty attitude to turn me off all the way 100%. I was dealing with this woman recently, bro, and I just stopped talking to her because she just didn't understand how to talk to a man. Like, you know, when things uncalled for, telling a nigga to shut up and all that stuff. And then when I start talking to you, you know what I'm saying, you don't see the problem. Like, bro, I'm not going to sit here and tolerate that and deal with that. I don't know what I don't understand what's, I find it so common with fatherless women that it's like they get something out of trying to emasculate a man. You know, I ain't dealing with it, bro. I ain't dealing with it.
Why women often like to emasculate good men. They also even pedestalize a lot of the bad men. Now, to give you an example of what I'm talking about, let's say you've been in a relationship for 6 months to a year, and somewhere along the line shit goes left. Right, the two of you break up, and you just want a smooth breakup, not a problematic breakup. You know, just separate, both go your own separate ways, things will be fine. But that's not what she wants. On her end, she instantly gets with another man. And she's not sneaky about it. It's not under the radar. She wants to get caught. She wants you to see her maybe even in bed with this other man. She wants the whole town to know that she dumped your ass and that she's happier than she's ever been now that she's with another man. Now, of course, that relationship's not going to last. She's just using him to screw with you because she wants to emasculate you. She wants to humiliate you. She wants to torment you. She wants to torture you. She wants to punish you. Right? And it's not that she's a bad person. This is just intersexual dynamics. There's a masculine and a feminine, and there's a dark side and a bright side and all that, but this is just one of those situations you got to learn. Another example could be, you know, maybe you're a younger guy and you bring somebody home to your apartment. You bring a woman from the bar home to your apartment. Shit goes left in this one. She ends up screwing your roommate, right? So your friendship's over. You're done talking to that chick. You're emasculated again. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you go on a date and your date is disrespecting you in front of the waiter. Telling the waiter you're too broke to pay for the expensive stuff on the menu. Whatever, right? Just disrespecting you. Well, these are all situations, these are all examples of a woman wanting to emasculate you. So what would make a woman want to emasculate you? Why does this phenomenon take place? What causes it? Well, I'll tell you. It comes from the fact that there's a masculine fantasy, a fantasy that all men have. 95% of men, I should say. We can't generalize everyone, but 95% of men have a fantasy, and they all share the same fantasy. And 95% of women have an inverted fantasy, a different fantasy. And these two fantasies don't mesh well together. They collide with each other. They just completely go against each other's nature. The masculine fantasy is the hero fantasy. Now, this may have started for you when you were a kid, a teenager, but it sort of sticks with you throughout your whole life. And this usually involves you being the hero and protecting the woman you're fond of or your family. You know, you could be walking around the mall in this fantasy and an armed robber jumps out to do harm and you protect her. And, you know, you disarm the man, you neutralize, you regulate the situation. And she looks at you with genuine desire and she loves you and she rewards you for it. That's the masculine fantasy. Maybe somebody breaks into your home at night and you defend your family. Sometimes it could even involve sacrificing yourself for your loved ones. This hero fantasy is something that's used in every single action movie, even most video games. They're playing on the masculine psyche. It's the fantasy of rescuing the princess. You know, it's in every movie, every video game. That's the masculine fantasy. We can't change it. It's just embedded in our freaking psyche. It's in our firmware to be that way. Here's where it gets interesting. The female fantasy is the inverted version of this. The very same villain, mythological villain, that you're protecting her from in your fantasy is the man that she wants to be seduced by and swept off her feet by in her fantasy. Pretty twisted, huh? This is why they can't mesh, they can't go together. Every romance novel, every chick flick involves some variation of that fantasy. And they throw that fantasy in there because they know it does something to the female psyche. Men want to be the war heroes that protect their loved ones. Women want to be these, you know, hot little just deviants. You know, this just hot thing that the men want to seduce, right? I don't know. And then this guy comes out, this dangerous bad boy that probably will never treat her well, probably will never be faithful to her. You know, he gives her 5 minutes of alpha, not 5 years of beta, 5 minutes of alpha, right? And that's the female fantasy. And when you're a good man Essentially what you're doing, you're not being a good man because you think it's the right thing to do. You're being a good man because you're satisfying the hero fantasy. You know, you're paying for dinner, you're providing for her, you know, you're taking care of her. You're the hero, you're the good man. That's your fantasy. You're happy in the relationship, but her fantasy's not being met. And eventually she gets so bored, she wants to punish you because although you've been doing all these things bending over backwards, her fantasy's not being satisfied, only yours is. So on this, you know, this level, almost a spiritual level, she sees you as selfish, as not caring about her needs. So she runs off and she gets her needs met by a man that understands how to meet those needs, by the villain, the dangerous bad boy. And it blows your mind every time.
You might not realize it, but some of the things that you are doing as a wife, they are slowly emasculating your husband. You correct him in front of people. You talk to him like he's one of the kids. You redo the things he already did, like his effort wasn't good enough. You make the final call on everything. You joke about him being clueless, lazy, or like another child. You roll your eyes when he tries to lead. Then you wonder why he's pulled back, why he doesn't try anymore. You wanted a strong man, but you keep stepping over him to be the stronger one. You wanted a protector, but you don't let him protect. You wanted a provider, but you keep acting like you don't even need him. Listen, you are not a bad wife, but maybe it's time to check. If you are making space for the man he wants to be for you. Respect doesn't cost you power. It calls the best out of both of you.
Most women don't even know when they're emasculating a man. All the things we do to try to get a man to love us, we don't have to. And it even gets in the way because men already love us. We don't have to work to get them to love us. If we stop diminishing them, if we stop disempowering them, if we stop making it harder for them to produce the results that they've got to produce, that's what gets in the way. The love part, they grant that. They are born adoring their mothers, looking into those eyes. We don't have to work to be loved. They love us. And if you let that in, right? If you let that in and yes, are there bad men? Very bad men. Yes. And there are very bad women too. But the rest are born and stay loving women. They love us. They need us.
So I've had men ask me, like, why their girlfriends treat them poorly because they give them everything that they want and their girl is still not happy. They're still treating them like shit. They're probably even entertaining other guys' interests for all I know. And you guys want to know the reason why? It's because you allow it to happen. You let them treat you like shit and then you reward them with like a mani-pedi or to go shopping, and all they're seeing is that you have no boundaries, because women respect boundaries. They respect strong men, especially if they're in like their masculine energy a lot. Like it's a really big turn on to be with a masculine man because then we can let our guard down. But when we don't sense that there's boundaries, I mean, even kids will take advantage of it. So know that the problem is you. You haven't established strong boundaries, and then she's going to continue to take advantage of the situation.
So I'm out here with some special guests. You can't see them. Oh, there they come. And they nag and they complain and they just cry and cry and cry for food. And ladies, that's how some of you are. You have emasculated your husband because you continue to nag and complain, and nothing that he does ever feels good enough. And it's creating an environment where he doesn't even want to try. These guys can get super annoying if they just keep going at it and at it, at it. So are you willing to do something different? Would you be willing to try something different?
Look, I'm not saying men are perfect. We all have flaws. But if you've got a good man, don't break him down just to feel powerful. Uplift him. Respect him. Let him lead where he's strong, and trust that he'll do the same for you. Because at the end of the day, Real strength in a relationship isn't about control, it's about balance. Anyway, that's it for today. If you've seen this kind of thing happen, or if you've experienced it yourself, drop a comment below. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're tired of seeing good men get torn down for no reason. I'll see you on the next one.